In recent years, military modernization has not just been a focus of global superpowers, but a priority even for nations in Africa. One such country making bold strides in armored warfare technology is Zimbabwe. With its unveiling of the 2026 Zimbabwe main battle tank, the southern African nation is signaling a new era in its defense capabilities. This development is significant not just for the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, but for the region's overall military landscape. The 2026 Zimbabwe tank, codenamed Mbizi, which translates to zebra in the local Shona language, marks a blend of indigenous engineering, foreign collaboration, and adaptive modernization. For decades, Zimbabwe's armored fleet was composed of aging Soviet-era and Chinese Type 59 tanks, battle-worn platforms that were reliable in their day but vastly outdated in the modern age of electronic warfare, precision missiles, and AI-assisted targeting systems. The Mbizi represents a complete departure from this legacy and is designed from the ground up to meet 21st century combat challenges. The development of the Mbizi tank began around 2022 when the Zimbabwe National Army, in partnership with the Zimbabwe Defense Industries and local engineers from the Harare Institute of Technology, initiated a military modernization roadmap. Faced with sanctions, import restrictions, and a constrained budget, Zimbabwe turned toward creative solutions. They sourced technological blueprints through cooperation with friendly nations like China, Pakistan, and even Russia, while still insisting on significant local input in terms of assembly, armor customization, and terrain-based modifications. At first glance, the Mbizi resembles modern tanks like the Chinese VT-4 and the Russian T-90, but it incorporates unique features that make it suitable for Zimbabwe's geography, climate, and operational doctrine. The tank is equipped with modular composite armor reinforced with explosive reactive armor, ERA, blocks. This gives it resilience against anti-tank guided missiles, RPGs, and high-velocity kinetic penetrators. Local engineers added a layer of ceramic plates around critical components, especially the ammunition storage compartment and fuel cells, to reduce catastrophic failure in the event of penetration. One of the standout features of the Mbizi is its compact but highly efficient 1,200 horsepower turbo diesel engine. Unlike some larger Western tanks, which are designed for open terrain and long logistical chains, the Mbizi is optimized for maneuverability in rough, semi-arid landscapes and bushland. It features a hydro-pneumatic suspension system for enhanced mobility, allowing it to tackle rocky inclines, shallow rivers, and soft earth without compromising speed or stability. On road, the tank can reach a top speed of 65 km per hour, while off-road, it maintains an impressive 45 km per hour. The operational range stands at approximately 500 km with auxiliary fuel tanks. Given Zimbabwe's vast stretches of rural terrain, this range ensures that the Mbizi can be rapidly deployed across key regions without needing extensive fuel convoys. The turret design of the Mbizi is another element worth noting. It features an auto-loading 125mm smoothbore gun capable of firing a variety of ammunition types including UPFs, heat, HE-frag, and even guided missiles. The loading system, adapted from Chinese and Russian technologies, reduces the crew size to 3 commander, driver, and gunner, thereby decreasing internal space requirements while increasing operational efficiency. In addition to its primary cannon, the Mbizi includes a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun and a remotely operated 12.7mm heavy machine gun mounted on the commander's hatch. The latter is integrated with thermal and night vision optics, allowing for precision engagement of infantry, drones, and light armored vehicles both during the day and in low visibility conditions. Perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of the 2026 Zimbabwe tank is its integration of electronic warfare and AI support systems. The tank features a state-of-the-art fire control system developed in collaboration with Chinese firms. This system allows for auto-target tracking, ballistic computation, and multi-layered threat detection. A 360-degree panoramic view is provided by a suite of thermal imaging cameras and laser warning receivers. In the event the tank is painted by a laser-guided weapon, the warning system alerts the crew and can activate smoke grenades and jamming protocols autonomously. Furthermore, the tank has battlefield networking capabilities. Through the Zimbabwean Defense Forces Tactical Data Link, multiple MBISI tanks can share real-time information, including enemy positions, terrain data, and combat status. This system mimics Western digital command and control networks, giving the Zimbabwean army unprecedented coordination on the battlefield. Crew survivability has been a key focus in the MBISI's design. In addition to reinforced armor, the tank includes automatic fire suppression systems, a protected ammunition carousel, and an overpressure NBC, nuclear, biological, chemical, protection system. Even if hit, the chances of the crew surviving and evacuating are considerably higher compared to older models. Another notable improvement is the crew comfort and ergonomics. Unlike older tanks with cramped interiors, the MBISI offers climate control, digital interface panels, and adjustable seating. This may seem trivial in combat, but fatigue and situational awareness are greatly affected by environmental comfort, especially during long deployments. Zimbabwe's decision to develop the MBISI tank wasn't made in isolation. Across Africa, countries are upgrading their military hardware. Nations like Egypt, Algeria, and Nigeria have invested in cutting-edge platforms, and Zimbabwe clearly wants to ensure it's not left behind. However, unlike these larger nations, Zimbabwe's approach has been about making the most of limited resources and developing a tank tailored to its specific strategic and geographical needs. The MBISI's production is currently limited to an initial batch of 30 units, expected to be operational by the end of 2026. These are being assembled at a new facility outside Bulawayo, which not only supports military production but is also projected to create hundreds of skilled jobs. The Zimbabwean government has expressed interest in eventually exporting a version of the MBISI tank to friendly African nations, potentially turning Zimbabwe into a regional defense manufacturer. Critics of the program have pointed to the high cost of developing main battle tanks in a country facing economic challenges. However, the Zimbabwean military argues that a strong national defense is foundational to stability and long-term growth. Moreover, the MBISI program is not just about defense but also about stimulating local industry, technology transfer, and national pride. Training for the MBISI crews has been underway since early 2025. Instructors from China and Pakistan have reportedly been involved in training Zimbabwean forces on new operational tactics, maintenance routines, and network-centric warfare strategies. The training program includes not just tank crews but also logistics units, battlefield engineers, and signal officers, ensuring a well-rounded implementation of the new tank into existing military structures. Looking ahead, there are plans to integrate drone support with the MBISI platform. The idea is to deploy small reconnaissance UAVs that can feed real-time battlefield data directly into the tank's targeting system. If successful, this will further reduce crew exposure and increase the tank's lethality and responsiveness in unpredictable environments. In terms of defense partnerships, the MBISI represents a new direction. While Zimbabwe has long relied on China and Russia for military support, this tank also reflects a growing willingness to innovate domestically. The Harare Institute of Technology, in particular, has played a major role in developing the control software and user interface of the tank. This partnership between academia and military-industrial development is a promising model that other nations could follow. From a strategic standpoint, the Mbisi allows Zimbabwe to secure its borders more effectively, deter cross-border threats, and participate in regional peacekeeping missions with more authority. It also serves as a psychological boost both for the armed forces and the population as a symbol of national capability and technological ambition. International observers have been cautiously optimistic. While some Western analysts remain skeptical of the tank's true capabilities, most agree that its existence is a leap forward for Zimbabwe's defense posture. In African military forums, the Mbisi has already drawn attention, with several countries expressing interest in observing live demonstrations scheduled for late 2026. Of course, time will be the ultimate judge. The effectiveness of the Mbisi will depend not just on its engineering, but on maintenance practices, tactical deployment, and strategic planning. However, what is clear is that the 2026 Zimbabwe tank is more than just a machine, it's a statement. A statement that even under sanctions and economic strain, innovation can thrive when determination meets vision. It's also worth remembering that in modern warfare, tanks are not obsolete. While drones and missiles grab headlines, main battle tanks remain crucial for holding territory, punching through fortified positions, and supporting infantry in combined arms operations. The Mbisi is designed not to fight in isolation but as part of an integrated force structure that includes artillery, infantry, and air support. As we close out this deep dive into the 2026 Zimbabwe tank, it's clear that Zimbabwe is not only rearming but reinventing itself. The Mbisi may not be the world's most advanced tank, but it is uniquely Zimbabwean, shaped by its challenges, built with local hands, and driven by a bold vision of independence and strength. In the coming months, military analysts and regional powers will be watching closely. The success of the Mbisi could set a precedent for other nations seeking to rise above limitations through ingenuity and resilience. Whether on parade grounds or the rugged hills of southern Africa, the 2026 Zimbabwe tank will be a machine to watch both for what it is and for what it represents.